Let's talk through the last few things the choir leader is responsible for. For almost every role in Fusion, communication is very important. The choir leader needs to communicate about the current playlist with the other leaders, especially the band and workshop leaders, so that everyone is working on the same songs for the concert. It's important to stay in regular communication with these leaders, as well as with the Fusion core team, to make sure the concert preparation is on track. It's also necessary to communicate at least 2 or 3 days before every Fusion rehearsal about the list of songs that will be rehearsed and who is responsible for what. It's helpful to have a central Google document or someplace where all the information is stored and is constantly updated and easily accessible. The choir leader is also responsible for developing more people as conductors, teachers, arrangers, and movement leaders. Consider offering a workshop for new voice teachers, conductors, and arrangers. Train conductors and voice teachers to motivate the choir in a positive and kind way, to have intentional movements, and to clearly show where to sing what. And as always, provide good constructive feedback for everyone involved. Don't just expect people to get better or grow automatically. Another big area of Fusion rehearsals that falls under the responsibility of the choir leader is warm-ups. At the beginning of Fusion, it should be the choir leader who is looking for other people to help lead the warm-ups and making sure these people are properly prepared. Later on, the organization of the warm-ups may be delegated to someone else or to a team, for example, the organizational student team. But even then, the main choir leader is ultimately the one responsible. Last but not least, here are a few tips and recommendations for ensuring your choir's success. Ensure that the person responsible for projection has a presentation of the songs that will be practiced during the rehearsal, and make sure they get this presentation several days in advance. We recommend using a Google Drive folder and Google Slides files, which can be easily updated. Consider organizing a conductor and teacher meeting prior to each rehearsal and talk about what's coming next time. Maybe even practice the voices together and remind them who is responsible for warm-ups. Think about which type of learning is best for your choir based on where you are in your season and based on how many voice teachers you have available. There is an option to split the choir up into multiple rooms. It's good to consider doing this from time to time, as it can be faster and more efficient than rehearsing in one big group all the time. If you consider splitting up the choir, keep in mind that you will need a little bit more setup and equipment. You'll need projectors and speakers for each space, and it's also good to have a timekeeper to keep the groups and teachers on track. Also keep in mind that if you do keep the choir together in one room, you can split the voice teaching between multiple people. For example, someone is teaching sopranos, someone else is teaching the altos, and someone else is teaching the guys. In this case, each teacher can stay standing in front of the choir and help the voice remember their part. The parts cannot be taught simultaneously, but this method is often faster than having just one teacher, as in that case, that teacher has to manage the whole choir at once.